Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So, I'm excited because, I had a really busy day and I still wanted and needed to come on and do a live. And I thought I would just maybe do a true crime news. And oftentimes we will just pull up the news and kind of scroll through whatever we come across. But tonight we're going to be doing it a little different for a couple reasons. First of all, I've got several stories/cases. That I've chosen. So we're not just going to be like randomly scrolling. And I chose several, and also Tess sent one for us. And then the second reason why it's going to be a little different is we have a guest. So Bendy is joining us, which I'm so excited. We're just going to hang out and kind of, it's been a long day. Just relax, talk to each other, talk about some of the things happening right now. And just kind of a more laid back kind of thing. So I'm excited to spend some time with you guys, spend some time with Jen, talk about what you guys have going on, what she's got going on, all that good stuff. So I'm going to bring her right up, but let me first just say hello to you guys really quickly. Hey, Sarah Bellum. Hey, Tess. Hey, Punksy. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Mayla's mom. Hey, B Crumbs. Anonymous. Good evening. Good to see you. I hope you're having a nice evening. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Selena. Hey, Teacup. One of my best friends is on a flight to Morocco right now. She's having anxiety about the turbulence. Can you guys send safe flight vibes, please? Absolutely. Hopefully she has an awesome trip, though. That sounds fun. Hey, Shelly Beans. Let's see. Hey, Sherry. Angie, good to see you guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring Bendy up. Hey, Natasha. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm a little tired, but I'm hanging in there.
Well, you stay as long as you want. It probably won't be super long, but I am excited to just I've never done this with you, just kind of a more laid back thing, just talking as we go. I chose like several different stories I wanted to talk about with you, and I'm
excited to see what you brought.
So what have you been doing and what have you got going on? What are you working on? Anything?
Yes. So I know that it's been covered, but I just am interested in it. So that quadruple homicide in Hudson, Florida is like an hour from me. And when I listened to the press conference from the sheriff, from Pasco County Sheriff, what intrigued me about it is how they actually found out what happened. And it was like a little bit of a game of telephone, because the call came from a friend of a friend of a friend, like that. And I found that to be interesting, because the officer that spoke was explaining it, and the way that he was explaining it was, when if you see something or you know something, contact law enforcement directly. Don't don't tell somebody who's telling somebody who tells a third person, and then the fourth person finally calls it in, because they have to actually, when that happens, this is what I found interesting. When that happens, they actually have to figure out who the original source was. They have to track it back. And so it just made me think of, I don't know, things like Google numbers for tip lines. Probably not a good idea. Things like that just made me think. So I've been working on that, and I went on the county's website, and I got the probable cause affidavit, and it's really heartbreaking reading it. And I've been working on doing a timeline, because the way that the officer was explaining it through the Pasco, from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, it was a little convoluted. I mean, he was doing the best he could. This happened on Saturday. And so he was trying to explain it in the best way that he could. But I thought, what if I could take what he did, what he said, and make it make a timeline, a visual, so people could understand what he was actually talking about and tie it in with the probable cause. So that's what I've been working on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I saw that case was getting some coverage. However, I haven't watched any of it. So I don't know anything. I know the headline that I sent, like, so I saw I sent you what I had seen, like that headline, but I didn't even read about it. I'm really looking forward to your coverage because it looks very sad, but also very interesting, and important to talk about. So, yeah. Pointer Lover, you've been a member for 28 months. Thank you.
Wow.
I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, I saw
it's been a
JLR.
long time.
It's a long time. I saw JLR out there, and let me just tell y'all this. It is only an hour from me. It's farther for them, for him and BHB. I don't know where JLR lives. I know Betty's, she's said it many times. She's in Manatee County. That's south of me by like 45 minutes or more. And that's like 45 minutes, no traffic, nothing, just straight there. Traffic makes a big, huge difference. But anyway, I have to give it up to him for being out there on that dusty ass road, because it's not that it's incredibly hot here, but it's really super muggy. Got a lot of storms and stuff coming in off of the Gulf. And, of course, it's hurricane season and stuff. So it's been like disrespectfully humid. Like that, you walk out your door. I got out of the shower today, and I got all lotioned and potioned, and I was like, I'm gonna go have a cigarette, y'all. It's like I was in another damn shower. It was like a freaking sauna out there. It was a nightmare. It was horrible. No me gusta. And it's not usually that humid this close to the coast. Like, I'm not that far from the water.
Oh my God, really? Because it's so humid here, or maybe I'm just not used to it because, like, compared to other places in North Carolina or Florida or into southern states where it's hot. But like when I walk outside, I cannot breathe. Out on the dock you can because the wind, it's so much better. But outside the house, it's miserable. It's freaking miserable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's humid here, but it's like, I don't know. For me, I know this is not true. Like, everybody tells me I'm wrong about this, but for me, it feels more humid in Texas than it ever does here where I'm at in Florida. I'm sure there's lots of places in Florida where it's straight mug, but
maybe it is.
But it used to not be that bad. But the last 2 summers, man, disrespectful.
Disrespectful. You guys, I got my hair cut today. I cut off like probably
a
12 inches or 10. Yeah. Which
you can't a ruler. Yes, you can tell. Turn your camera on.
I mean, if out here.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see. I'll turn it on, but I'm outside. Let me see. Hey, Kathy. I look like crap right now, so ignore me the way I look. But
you never look like crap. Yeah, we can see you. Oh my God, you cut. It looks so good though.
Oh my gosh, it's so much shorter, but it's like a little longer in the front, and kind of short in the back, but no layers. Yeah, a little bit. I would have liked a little bit more of one, but she didn't.
Well, it might have been too drastic, babe. You had a lot of hair, so maybe they didn't want to do it because it might have been too drastic,
Yeah. Well, it feels a lot better. I know that. Mr. Sean says, have you ladies ever considered a podcast or something? Your magic together. That's so freaking sweet. And you know what? I would absolutely do it.
I would do it.
I love that idea, Jen, of like, just because it's like a conversation, you know what I mean? Just like what we do here. It's really not much different. So,
right.
Oh, thank you guys.
I mean, I never turn my camera on anyway, so isn't this somewhat of a podcast as it is? But I do like a legitimate Absolutely. I would totally be down for all that. Absolutely.
Same. If I knew, we need to talk about it. Maybe we could, we could get some of you guys to join sometimes or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Test crumbs and I know. Thank you. Thank you for being sweet and the sweet compliments, you guys. You are so sweet. I really appreciate it. Okay, well, I'm gonna start. Hey, Roxanne, I'm gonna start. I just grabbed like 6 different stories. Actually, I grabbed 5. And they're just kind of random, but they're all current. Whether it is something that's just happened, a conviction that's just happened, a conviction that's been overturned, a missing person, something like that. So it's all kind of current. Are you ready? I'm
I'm
looking
ready.
forward to this a lot because we've never like done this. I really want to just read the case, like read the articles like I always do, but with you and get your opinions. I just think it'd be fun. So
Okie dokie,
thank you
I'm
for
ready.
being
This
here.
will be fun. Absolutely, always. Allie is the one that has gotten me out of my funk. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I haven't been wanting to go live. And Allie and Nay have been working on me.
Well, I'm just ready for you to do anything you want to do. I'm here to support you and be there for you and all that. Hey, look, there's a couple questions about Miss Sarah Boone in the chat. Doopsie Daisy says, I'm just turning in, but is there any news on Sarah Boone, aka Crazy Pants? And then Kelsey says, Alex and Jen Lou, I have a question. How many lawyers will they let her go through before they say no more? Yeah.
Okay.
Good question. Jen, go ahead.
Oh, yes. Okay. So all I know at this point, I check that dadgum Orange County Clerk website every morning and every evening to see if they've uploaded that packet that Boone gave to the judge in open court. As of today, no, still. I believe that. So this lawyer that just asked for, just filed the motion to withdraw, if it's granted, would be her 8th lawyer. I believe you can have 9 before the court will say, okay, this is what's going to have to happen. You have 2 choices. Either you can hire an attorney, which Sarah's claimed indigent, and I mean she has been locked up since 2020, so she's not been working for like 4 years, so she's definitely indigent. Or you can represent yourself, and I can appoint an advisor, which is what Letitia Stout had in Tellini before he ended up becoming her lawyer. But 9, I think it is what it is. But I believe that Boone is abusing the system. I believe that the letters that she writes, while some things in those letters may be accurate, particularly with lawyer number 6, he didn't do a whole lot of work on her case. But he did enough. It wasn't like he didn't do any. It was, he'd had a history. And, but anyway, I believe that she is, misusing and abusing our justice system because she can. And I think that I think it's time for the courts to, put their foot down and be like, look here, lady, you either act right or you represent yourself and be done with it. I don't know what she's trying to pull. She's not gonna stall the system out and walk out of jail. Her crime, even though it is second-degree murder, it does have that additional enhancer because of the videos, I should say. So Sarah is actually facing life without possibility of parole in prison on a second-degree murder. So it isn't like she's going to run out the clock and get time served. So there you go.
Well, I'm just absolutely shocked that it's, I just can't get, like, I've never seen somebody get so many different attorneys, and I'm really hoping that the judge, that, like you said, puts his foot down and says, hail to the no more. You know what I mean? This, his family deserves justice.
Exactly.
The people that cared about him deserve to get to see her face what she's done. So
absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm a big believer in justice delayed. Sometimes it's justice denied. And I do think that it's time the courts take that into consideration. His family, his loved ones have been waiting 4 long years for her to go to trial. And every single time they get close, Sarah pulls some kind of bullshit. Now there are a couple of lawyers, to be fair, who filed motions to withdraw because one of them had represented George in another situation, and then another one had some other connection, and I can't remember what it is. Those two are not Sarah's fault. So out of the 8 attorneys, 2 of them are not her fault. The other 6 are her, 100%.
Right. Well, I know I'll be watching. I mean, I may cover some, but I definitely will be watching you to keep up with it, because I don't know anybody who really has been looking at it for as long and as close.
That would absolutely
really
be a case that I would stream. I would stream Boone. Normally, I don't like to stream trials, but I would stream her. Mm-hmm.
Do you think she'll testify? Hey, KK, happy late birthday, by the way. I don't think I've seen you on my list since. You do?
Oh, happy birthday, Kate. Oh, yeah. And I think that's part of the problem. I think that part of the reason that she's having issues with her attorneys is they want to do it one way, which is to keep Sarah Boone off the stand. And the truth of the matter is, it's hardly ever a good idea for a defendant to take the stand. It's a very risky move, okay? But then you have Boone. Y'all have met her. She is not a likable defendant. And her, I just think she would make it so much worse for herself. So, but I think she is adamant. And that this is the other thing. If you remember from Murdoch, Alec Murdoch testified against the advice of his attorney, so much so that Jim Griffin is the one who examined him on direct, not Dick Harpootlian. He was upset about it. Dick Harpootlian, oh yes. He even made mention of it before Alec testified. Yeah. But she can absolutely...
Sorry, go ahead, Jen. We have a little
I'm sorry.
delay, but
that's so Sarah Boone has the absolute option of testifying whether or not her attorneys advise against it. She can, that it's her decision at the end of the day. And whatever attorney gets appointed next, just go with it, bro. All I can tell you is she's not going to listen to you. She just nod your head and say you're doing do what you need to do, but prepare, because she's going to want to haul her cookies onto that stand. So prepare some questions. That's all I can tell you. That's my advice. All right.
Yes. Is this case, do you know what Kurt's talking about? Who would have the Atwood murder?
That's the one. That's the one that happened in Hudson. Yeah. Rory Atwood is who was arrested for it today.
Okay. So actually, Kurt, Jen's going to be covering that very soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. So here's the plan. These they're all different, but they all have like different points that I think we can discuss that are important things to talk about. But so I'll just read. Stop me if there's something you want me to stop on, and if not, I'll stop. At whenever, and we'll discuss. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okay. By the way, thank you again, because I love these kind of lives where it's just laid back. It doesn't. I don't know. I just like just to hang out. Okay. So this one was actually from Tess. A man allegedly abandons newborn baby on Texas walking trail in sweltering heat. A Texas woman and her family got the surprise of their lives when they were taking a walk on June 15th and found an abandoned baby along the way. That morning, Daniela Fideli and her family decided to take a morning stroll on Casa Martin Drive near Bear Creek in Katy. As they headed home in the sweltering heat, they saw something on the ground they said seemed to be wrapped in a towel. I noticed 2 little feet moving, and then my husband was right behind me with the dogs, and I yelled to my husband. I'm like, oh my God, a baby, a baby. And then my husband's like, call 911, call 911. And that's what we did. Her husband immediately picked up the baby off the ground while she called for help. Surveillance video shows the couple running towards a small white footbridge near an open field where the baby had been left. They ran to a nearby street where they waited for first responders to arrive. Police said surveillance shows a slim young Hispanic or white male walking on the footbridge, bending down and leaving something there and then running away. The baby was wrapped in a blanket and still had its umbilical cord attached. The sheriff wrote on Twitter, adjacent to a bayou, a premature infant girl with the umbilical cord attached was discovered, abandoned and wrapped in a blanket. The infant has been transported to a hospital in fair condition. The baby was freshly born this morning. That's a quote straight from the sheriff's office. Later that day, Gonzalez posted an update. We need your help. We are seeking info about this man who was seen on the video. The man could face child abandonment charges. Investigators are out canvassing homes to see if there's any more video of the male that day. It's unclear whether the baby remains hospitalized or has been placed into foster care. In Texas, parents can leave unwanted babies at hospitals or fire stations, and if they are safe and unharmed, they will not face charges for abandonment or neglect. Which this is unbelievable. I don't understand, Jen. This is like really frustrating, especially if it's legal to take the child somewhere and not face, I'm just going to mute it and talk to you and let it play, and not face any charges.
Yeah. Well, okay. This is, so Katy, Texas is by Houston. Okay. Houston is super muggy. It's super hot there. Number one. Number two, my first stepmother won the California state lottery, and what she did with that money is she started a foundation called Garden of Angels, and Garden of Angels would bury abandoned babies, but she also lobbied for the safe haven law, and it is, if you, just as the article said, if you surrender a baby to a fire station, a hospital, and provided the child is unharmed, nothing will, you don't face any charges. So there's no reason for this person to do that. But now I have further question. Where's the mom?
Yeah, I agree. Umbilical cord still attached. Thank God she's alive. I'm with you, Patricia. That was my thought. Hey, chicken shite. Thank God the baby is alive.
So also, if the umbilical cord was still attached, then am I to assume that the placenta was there too? Because
that's a good question. That's quite dangerous.
If not, like I'm worried for the baby who, thank God, was found, right? And is a little early, but probably going to be okay. But what happened to the mother?
Yeah, that's a great point. I hadn't even thought about that, because that is super dangerous. It's hard to see, but you can see him set it down there. It's just so blurry. But I mean, what the hell? Why do you take it to a place like this? You would have to think the baby wouldn't survive. Why would you not take it?
I don't know. Maybe this is someplace that's frequented, and so he thought that the baby would be found there.
That's a good point. Because it's kind of like right out in the open in that little walkway.
Right. I mean, it's not like, okay, so you will see safe haven signs around, obviously fire stations, hospitals, stuff like that. But it still boggles my mind how many people are actually unaware of the safe haven laws and where they can take a baby. And all I know is, I don't know what this person was thinking. I'm just glad the baby is okay. I'm worried for the baby's mom too, because something seems off.
Yeah. How do you,
yeah,
bleed to death, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to go to our next one. Let me see here. Okay, I'll just randomly go because I got a couple from different places. So this is a recent conviction. Like I said, there's one conviction I grabbed that was overturned if we have time, but there's a recent conviction, and then the rest are currently happening right now.
Okay, dokie.
But listen to this. Former cop convicted of kidnapping and killing a 16-year-old girl who was walking home. I'm sorry, but even just that much about it just is like former cop after Karen Reed and all this stuff. I don't know. It's just really unfortunate to see some of the people who are in our law enforcement.
It is.
So a 23-year-old former police officer was sentenced to life in prison for the 2022 kidnapping and murder of a 16-year-old girl who was walking home. So the Gwinnett County DA's office announced on June 13th that Miles Bryant was found guilty of malice murder, felony murder, kidnapping, and false report of a crime in connection with the death of Susana Morales. A judge subsequently sentenced him to life in prison without parole plus 12 months. Plus 12 months. Why would they? Oh, I guess. Wait, why would they do that?
Because let's see. Malice murder is like first degree murder here in other places. That's what they call it in Georgia. Plus 12 months. False report of a crime is probably the 12 months.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting that they tacked that on. What a
beautiful
young girl.
They do that. Like,
well, I mean,
Nicholas Godejohn got life plus like 10 years or something like that, whatever it was, for armed criminal action. He got life up.
He does get parole, right, or not? Because like,
no, he's got life without possibility of parole. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have
got life without the possibility of parole plus 45 years. So I mean, they do that. They do it.
Right. I've seen that, but I've also seen them do like drop lesser charges if they've got a conviction that's going to be like with Adam Montgomery, for instance. Remember, he was about to be facing those other charges. They let him go. So I guess that's just fresh on my mind. And that kind of surprised me.
True. That's true.
Regardless, beautiful young 16-year-old girl, Susana Morales. Yeah, she was last seen July 26, 2022 at 6 p.m. She left her home, walked over to a friend's house. At around 9:40 p.m., she texted her mother and said she was coming home, but she still not made it back by 10. Cell phone data showed her location until about 10:26 when her phone either died or got turned off. Then, oh my gosh, it was not until February of the next year. So this was in July.
God.
February of the next year she was found. Oh my gosh. A week after she was found, police arrested Miles Bryant, an officer with the Doraville Police Department. He was initially charged with concealing the death of another and false report of a crime, and then those charges were later upped. They did not know each other prior to the killing. They did locate his gun near her body. He reported the gun stolen shortly after her death, but they were able to connect it to him.
Wow.
That's pretty much it. I know. Law enforcement officer. It's just so unfortunate. Okay. Let me check on you guys in the comments, but let me read some comments and get out of this first. Hey, Lariah. Hey, you guys coming in. Scott says, you'll learn after doing this for a long while that cops are the worst criminals we have. They're supposed to serve and protect, but they abuse their power. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I think cops are humans, right? And so I think I think every profession is capable of having bad apples. You know what I mean? Bad people in it. Doctors, nurses, ministers,
absolutely,
priests, all kinds of stuff, I'm talking about like trusted. It's worse when it's a position of trust, like a law enforcement officer or a firefighter or a nurse or a doctor or a priest or a preacher. Those are worse because those are trusted positions. But yeah, just snatched her for no reason. For what?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I have no idea. And what did you think you would, I don't know, report the gun stolen and get away? It's just, right. Wow, I'm glad that he got caught. Thank you, B Crumbs. Hey, R-Whip. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here.
Do you know another officer
it's like
that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Allie.
No, you go ahead.
Do you know another officer that reported their firearms stolen that also committed murder?
Who?
Stephanie Lazarus. I don't know why she's been on my mind lately. You know, Spazzy Lazzy.
She was
That's what they
an
call
officer?
her.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
I
she was a
didn't follow
cop.
it like that. Oh,
Oh yeah, she was a
dang.
cop. Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's Anthony Burgo Sevilla's,
Oh yeah.
the Border Patrol officer. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we have all these cops up in Karen Reed's trial, which I don't know. It's just like, I'm sure there are lots of good police out there too, and lots of bad ones. But it's just like with this true crime community, and when you start to see like the rumors and the misinformation, and then it makes us all look stupid and bad. Like one bad, and the one bad person in the bunch like makes us all look rotten.
Yes. One bad apple spoils the bunch. You are correct.
Yeah. Hey, Shmita. Okay, so this one, it's okay. Missing body found at park is possibly Navy vet who told 911 a racist was chasing him, and this was like at the beginning of June. Let me see when he. Okay, a body discovered in Texas on Friday, another Texas one, may belong to a missing man who had vanished days earlier. Jarvis McIntyre, 26 years old, reportedly last seen running in John James Park on June 8th, and he was overheard in a 911 call saying calling someone chasing him a racist. His mother told the news that a body found days later at the park had tattoos resembling those on her missing son. According to the news outlet, McIntyre is from Missouri, but he had flown to San Antonio to visit his sisters for his birthday weekend. He was supposed to return home on Monday, but his rental car and belongings were reportedly discovered a block from the park where he vanished. While San Antonio police confirmed on Sunday a body was found, they have not said it is him. The decedent's cause of death also remains undisclosed. His mother told the news, "I want answers now. I want this person found." So, I know. I want to watch it, but it puts me in the mind of Ahmaud Arbery. Remember? He chased down, yeah, and he was killed. And I don't know, I'm just sick. I don't know why we're still seeing this shit happen in the United States, and we're still.
I don't either. I don't either. I don't get it. It's so, I don't know. It's disheartening to know that human beings are capable of such greatness, right? Doing such great things, such wonderful things, such helpful things. And yet, conversely, simultaneously, are also capable of doing the worst to one another for no reason. Yeah. None. So I don't like for them to compare humans to animals, because unless an animal's like rabbit or something, all right. But for the most part, a lion is not going to eat a zebra or chase a zebra and kill a zebra just to be a dick. Okay, they hunt the zebra and the antelope because they are food to them. They don't just go around randomly bumping off antelope, gazelles, stuff like that. Whereas human beings, we're supposed to have, an elevated mind, and yet we go around just bumping each other off for no reason. None. It's not, we don't eat one another. We're not,
right.
It's not self-defense, just doing it just to do it. I'll never understand that.
Me neither. I can't, there's 2 cases recently that have been on my mind that are just like nonstop on my mind, with Stephen Stearns and what he did to Maddie.
Yeah.
And then baby Maya. And it's just pure evil. I mean, I don't know. It's just disgusting. I don't know. I don't even have words for it.
It's awful.
Truly.
It's awful. And there's a lot of questions still going around, not so much about what Stefan did, but what role, if any, Jen Soto played. And I'm curious about that myself. But like I said, I am reserving judgment I'm not saying that I'm not side-eyeing, don't get me wrong, but I'm reserving, judgment until we have all of the pieces. I got to say, the pieces of the puzzle that are coming out don't look that great.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I'm with you. I'm still trying to hang in there. And because I've seen so many people that their moms never knew and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But did you see Duty Ron, what he posted? He was like, this is why she needs to be arrested. And I was very surprised to see that from him.
I
So
had not,
you should watch
but I will say this. So back when Stephen Stearns, early on in the investigation, it was when I guess he'd already made an appearance. It might have been about a month ago. I feel like it might have been right around the time that he actually was charged with her murder. There was a judge in Florida who was on the panel and said, based on because they were asking him, will Jen Soto be arrested? Can she be arrested for this or charged with that? And he's like, there's not enough. However, that very same judge was back on the same panel recently, maybe a week ago, and he's done changed his mind. And it made me think. So I'm just keeping an eye on it, but I'm not going to lie. When the judge explained this time, this is what's different, this is what's changed, which now I can't think of off the top of my head, but I found that to be very interesting. That but isn't that how it should be though? You reserve judgment, right? And you're allowed to change your mind as more facts come out. Like that's how I think it should be.
I agree. You should always wait for the facts, and we don't see that a lot because I guess we're humans and we get emotional, and I do it too. But sometimes when you get to trial and all the facts come out, it's totally different than what it looked like. So you do need to wait. Mama Force said that a 10-year-old passed away near her, drowning, and that is so sad and scary. And then I wanted to ask you, Jen, before we go to the next one. So
Yes.
Summer Wells was missing for 3 years 2 days ago.
Right.
And TBI actually did put out an update video. They actually put out 2 videos, but there were some parts in both that were like reused. But regardless, it was the criminal division. There was someone from giving the update versus versus like the regular, what do you call that? Like PR person. My brain's not. It's too. Yes. So I wonder if that means anything or not. Am I looking into it too much or what? Hey, Colette, I hope.
It could mean, I hate saying this, but it could mean something, right? Or it could be just a coincidence. It could be that their regularly scheduled communications officer was out of town for Father's Day weekend.
Right.
But it also, true. But I think that it's particularly in that case, TBI is very aware of social media and how social media has followed this case. And I would think that they would be aware of who they put in front of the camera, in front of the microphone, particularly their specific job duty, and be aware that it's something that social media, the online true crime community possibly would read into. And so I wonder a little bit if you're right, if it wasn't done intentionally.
Yeah. I don't know, but God, if we ever get answers in that case, I might I don't know, I might fall out truly. I might hit my knees might hit the ground because I just do not anticipate answers for some reason at all. Hey, Petunia.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all something. If you guys go back to the very first episode of the reboot from the Cold Case Files, remember it used to be on all the time in the 90s. Okay, well, they've rebooted it. It's on Netflix. And if you go back and you watch season 1, episode 1, there was a case of a girl who went missing on Halloween, or right around Halloween. And they ended up finding her body, but it was 20, I think, years later, 15, 20, somewhere in that vicinity, obviously, because it's cold case files. Before they had her body, but before they were able to charge and subsequently convict 2 people of the crime, right? So, you know, there's no statute of limitations. And if I would like to believe and hope that Summer is out there alive and happy and healthy and thriving. That's my hope.
Yeah.
But should that not be the case, God forbid, these cases take a long time. You know, cases like, especially, you know, I mean, listen, don't give up hope, but also be, you know, aware. I mean, look, we talk about Letitia all the time. The state of Colorado was so firm in believing that they had the right person that they charged and indicted Letitia with no body, which are notoriously hard crimes to prove. And so, you know,
you're right. It's just like, damn, man, it's so long, no answers. And TPI gives little updates, which I understand that. I do. And I do think they're working the case. I don't think they've just like, oh, whatever. I just think that they don't have answers to give yet. And, you know, do I still see red flags out of people surrounding there, including everyone, not just Dawn and Candace, but other people too? Yes, but there's a very real likelihood that she did wander off and was kidnapped or something like that. And I just pray for answers one day, because it's just like Sebastian's case. Until there are answers, like, imagine if none of these parents had anything to do with either one.
I know.
And all these people online constantly blaming them, judging every word they say, blah, 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 nonstop for years now with Summer, for years.
Oh, yeah.
And with answers, when does that stop?
This is my theory with Summer has always been this. I think what happened was, I don't think the timeline is accurate. I think that there was a longer period of time when Candace was otherwise occupied. And I think that is when Summer wandered off. Because I think that if either one of the parents had anything to do with that, you know that they've been talking to those boys. And I think the boys probably recognize now that they're never going to have to deal with Dawn or Candace again, right? So if anything, if it was Dawn or Candace that did anything and the boys were silent out of fear, I think that to a large extent that fear is probably abated by now. It's not ever going to be all the way gone, but enough time has passed where they would feel comfortable, I think, speaking to investigators, and they haven't, or not that we know. And if they have, they haven't accused Dawn or Candace of having anything to do with what happened with Summer. I think that, I'm just going to say what I think. I think that when they went and got Mima's pills, I think there was a little pill party. And I think that there was a longer period of time where Summer was unattended to because there was something else going, you know, they were inebriated. I don't know another way to say it. And I think at the end of the day, the reason I think that she did wander off, and I do think she got snatched. I think, bless her little heart, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time with somebody who was also in the wrong, you know what I mean? I think it was just happenstance.
And you know what? And hey, Lace Lemons and Little Red and everyone who's coming in, looking beyond. And thank you, Melissa Jade. That was very sweet. I missed her live today. It was just so busy here. But I can imagine that the people that Dawn and Candace had around were probably not the best people. And is it even, what if, I mean, even if they weren't, just think of even the guys Dawn worked with, I'm not accusing Dudley or anybody like that. I'm just saying, for instance, you're working construction, all types of people could be working that job or any job, as we've learned with talking about the police and everything. And is it possible that someone was waiting for that moment? Maybe someone was up there looking for something and caught, like you said, everyone was busy, maybe in grandma's or something. I don't know. There's so many possibilities, but I could definitely see that happening. I just wish that there would be some answers, man. It just sucks.
Me too.
Well, it's like with Sebastian. Hey, Roro, hey, Angie, do you think that, I mean, look, I don't believe any of the parents are involved. That's just the way I feel about it. Do I think they're perfect? No. And have there been things that I've questioned or been had my feelings about? Sure. But at the end of the day, when do they stop being blamed, accused, every word they say picked apart, unless there's answers? Or does it just continue forever?
Well, look at John and Patsy Ramsey. They never ever really truly got out from underneath those accusations. I mean, Patsy's been dead for quite some time now, and people still, so I don't know if you ever get out from underneath those. For me personally, with Sebastian's case, I think if you look close enough at anybody, you're going to find red flags. Everybody, I think that if you are scrutinizing that closely, you will find something that you don't like. I think that it's to me, what's telling is, let's look at it this way. Let's look at Harmony Montgomery. Okay. From the moment that she was reported missing, and people, the law enforcement was actively trying to find out what happened to her. Okay. And it took them a long time. It took them all the way until Kayla Montgomery was arrested and she needed a deal and she snitched. Let's be honest, because that's exactly what she did. Without her, would they have gotten Adam? I don't know. But it's not like they had a stable home. Okay. Chris and Katie have lived in that home for quite some time now. It's not like they were transient. I mean, Harmony, Adam, and Kayla moved, and the other children lived, various places, in cars, at shelters, etc. That's harder to that makes it slightly easier, but it's not easy to clean up a crime like that. Okay. It's just not. It's almost impossible nowadays with cameras everywhere for anybody to not be caught on a camera somewhere. I think the most likely thing that happened with Sebastian, God love him, is I think that he was lured. And or maybe Sebastian has an actual, I know people, Katie and Chris said that he had trouble making friends, and maybe he did, but they weren't there with him at school on a day-to-day. And so maybe Sebastian did make a friend. Maybe he's just chilling out there with his friend. And now it's gone on so long, they're both scared. Neither one of them wants to be in trouble, Yeah.
Oh, it's so awful though, seeing them all. I don't know. Like you said, if you pick apart me, I guarantee you're going to find things that you can, that you will dislike or whatever. So it's just with any of us.
And picked apart, Allie. We do get picked apart. Look at our comment section sometimes on the Letitia calls. We do get picked apart, and we've not been accused nor convicted of any freaking crime.
Yeah, you're right.
But I've got
some comments. We need to do a rude comments. I want to do one because I've got some that I've grabbed from those call videos, and I think that it'd be fun to respond to them and laugh. But Melissa Jade, hello, and I'm so sorry. Actually, I want to talk to you. I miss you. I haven't talked to you for a few days, but the only reason I'm on this late is because it was such a busy day. Emmy and I went and got our hair cut and stuff today, and then Trenton had football this evening. And then I saw that you were live at like whatever time, 7:30, going to be live at like 7:30 or 8 or whatever you were. And then I waited to see if Jen was going to go live, and it was just a time that worked where I could be here. So it just happened that way. She says, ooh, Bendy is spicy this late.
I am a little spicy, MJ. I'm spicy because okay, listen, I'm all for constructive criticism, but I don't like if I watch stuff all the time on YouTube. You guys would not believe the amount of videos that I watch on YouTube. Okay. You know what I do? When I don't like a video, I don't bother to tell the creator I didn't like it. I just leave. I just stop watching it. And I'm all for constructive criticism. But but this is not that. And I've got a really thick skin. So it doesn't hurt my feelings, but I'm not going to lie. I'm human. It does irritate me. Like, I don't understand what the point is. Why do you?
Yeah.
Can I help you?
It's just like oh my God, this intro. It's like, dudes, you can literally like scroll across the bottom at the bar and skip. Like, right. Come on.
The only people that have a right to be bitching about the intro are the people in the live chat who are stuck watching it. Especially the other night when I made y'all not only sit through an intro, but a whole other video for no reason, just because I wanted to show you guys. So those are the people that have a right to bitch. Not the after people. Skip that shit.
Exactly. Angie, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Oh my God, says that's just too logical, Jen. And Melissa said, I was reported to YouTube for not having closed captions enabled, and I did have closed captions enabled.
Oh my God.
Oh, Angie, no, that's okay. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, thank you so much for everything. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lil Red. Okay. So we just got a few more that I wanted to talk to you guys about. This one is 4-year-old girl dies after mom's boyfriend, 16, admits to biting her.
Wait.
An Indiana woman and her 16-year-old boyfriend were charged on Friday with abusing her 4-year-old daughter, who reportedly succumbed to her injuries on Sunday. The Courier and Press reported that Octavia Aquino was found to have very little brain activity after Evansville police were called to her home. Her mother, Destiny, who's 23, with a 16-year-old boyfriend, claimed she found her not breathing, and officers noted she had a bite mark on her arm and bruises on her legs and neck. Police learned that Rhodes' 16-year-old boyfriend, Christian Gonzalez, had bitten Aquino a day before police were called to the home. Rhodes claimed she confronted him about the bite mark, and he claimed it was caused by a cat. Gonzalez allegedly admitted to biting the baby after Rhodes lied and claimed there was a camera in the living room. Rhodes claimed Gonzalez said he bit her daughter because she bit him first. Rhodes allegedly went on to tell police that her daughter accused Gonzalez of biting her while covering her mouth. According to the Courier and Press, Gonzalez is classified as a missing teen from Fort Wayne, and Rhodes has a protective order issued against her for helping her boyfriend escape from a detention facility and run away from his guardian. She reportedly told cops that her daughter was behaving oddly and only ate a bag of Cheetos after the biting incident. She also claimed her daughter had vomited, and she believed it was due to anxiety. She was charged with neglect of a dependent resulting in death, and he was charged as an adult with battery resulting in serious injury. But he has since been charged with murder. An autopsy is scheduled for later this week. So this is just all sorts of wrong. All sorts of wrong. First of all, what a beautiful baby. who has to suffer because another mom has a piece of shit boyfriend. And then what kind of 23-year-old, hey harlot, is dating a 16-year-old? Mayla's mom says there were 2 or 3 other adults in the home. Oh my God almighty. Break someone out of detention and hide them from their whatever. I'm sure they're not going to be the best person in your life. I'm sorry, but I'm looking forward to knowing what the hell happened to this baby.
Me too.
Scott says the misconception with Summers' case is that searches were concentrated on only a few properties, as the whole mountain is private property. Most owners don't live there, and law enforcement would need warrants. So Scott believes that, I think he believes that she wandered off and she's still there somewhere, but hasn't been found because of this, because there's so much private property.
Oh, that's actually an excellent point, Scott. Really, it is. I don't think people, and it's it's me. I'm people. I don't think people realize what the land around there as a whole really looks like. You know what I mean? Like you get an idea like from an aerial shot, and you can tell a little bit from like people who videoed around there, but I don't think you can really know until you've been there. And I think it's very, very possible for her to have just wandered off.
You're 100% right. But first, let me just say thank you so much, Music City Mom. That's very sweet. And she reminds me of the baby too. And, but yeah, you're exactly right. When I was there, like in person, it looked like a different place. You don't see how steep it is. I guess like depth and stuff doesn't come through on video as much.
No, it doesn't. It's like when I tell you guys, like the Fort Harrison Hotel, when y'all see that on TV in Leah Remini's show, that the TV does not do it justice. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful building, but it's freaking huge. So I get what you mean. Yeah. Oh no, Nurse Kristen.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry, babe.
I worked a really tough abuse case today, and it may be a little bit more than I can handle. To be fair, Allie did warn me with her title. Well, I just appreciate you doing what you do. And I don't even know exactly what it is. I mean, your name, I know you can tell some of what you're doing, but obviously, I don't know. Those are just tough jobs to do, and I appreciate it. The people that stand to do them. Oh, okay. So let's continue.
Right.
This
I'm also
one
really distracted by these shoes at the top of the other page, the red shoes in the middle. I was kind of trying to figure those out. It's a little distracting. I'm sorry.
I was looking at them too. Oh, Kaleido, thank you for being a member for 6 months. You girls are the best. Love you guys. Oh, we love you back. Thank you.
You too.
Okay, so I wish we'd get our freaking calls, man. Come on, Rachel.
Rachel, please. We really like you. Rachel. Come on, man. Come on,
First,
Rachel.
like 2,
listen.
Bruh, now it's please.
Please, Rachel. Listen, we know it's a hard job. I know she has to sit there. Listen, y'all, Rachel has to listen to every single call because some calls are withheld because there's personal information, stuff like that, right? So poor Rachel has to listen to all of them. Then she has to, give them to us. And I understand that she's probably listened for a full day and been like, I need a break. You know what I mean? So but please, Rachel, come on, man.
Yeah, please. Like Jen, we're not going to be rude anymore. We're just begging. Please, we're not mad anymore.
I don't beg. I'm just asking nice.
Look, Mayla's mom says, I'm going to ask again, can we please get a shut up Tisha from Bendy, please?
Shut up, Tisha.
Yeah.
Listen, but Bendy don't beg. Bendy's just asking nicely, Rachel.
Well, I'm begging,
Please,
okay? I'm
Rachel.
begging and pleading, please.
Please, Rachel. We need those calls.
Please. Chicken Shite, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Look, Mayla's mom said I'm begging. I was going to ask you, though, after we get them, do you want to maybe, because now we can put them up with no commentary on our channels, too, if we want. And I think that we should. But do you want to post them on our Patreons first or something like that to try to give, like, or I don't know, think about it. It's
We
just
should
an
do
idea.
something. We should definitely, mainly me. Allie is a much better person at Patreon than your girl is. No, Allie, listen.
Not
I
this
be
last
telling
week.
people all the days, listen, I'm going to do this on Patreon, and then I forget. I really, something is not right in my brain, you guys. I'm not even joking. I need some type of, I don't know, ginkgo biloba or something, because my memory has gone to crap. Fortunately, I can still remember like serial killer data and music lyrics and and like movie stuff. So the important things, right? But I need to get better, and we should. I for sure should do something with on Patreon.
Yeah, well, let's plan something with those calls.
Okay.
To do a little something special over there, and then Shasha says, and then I'll read this one. I wondered if possibly Summer was with the dogs running around and might have been knocked down one of those hills. Well, when I was there, okay, so the hill behind her house, you guys have seen like that video. You'll see video with like the toys and stuff thrown down the hill. That hill, there at the bottom, it's very steep, and at the very bottom, there's a creek. Well, I know that some people have said when they were there, it was almost dry, but when I was there, it was rolling. I mean, there was like white water. It was, so I think it must depend on the rain or whatever, but it's definitely, it would be a dangerous area for her to cross. And Mayla's mom, I do want to follow it closely. And I saw that you sent me the court hearing and stuff, and I'm going to try to like catch up on all of that stuff tonight and in the morning. And thank you. Another preliminary on Wednesday. It's going to be a big case with lots of updates. Hey, Cement.
I would like to listen to, I'm always interested in the preliminary hearings.
Well, let's do it. I'll send you the links to the ones that have happened so far, to the things that have happened so far.
Yes.
Ooh, look, teacup.
You know what? I'm having a hard time. Yes, I want to, but I don't know what you guys are watching. And I want to do stuff that you guys are interested in. So if y'all will just tell me, I will watch it and I will comment. Listen, I can talk shit about anybody at any time on any occasion about anything. Okay. I can make a joke out of anything. So if y'all will just give me some suggestions, you know, I would be helpful. I would do it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Cement Shiz, good to see you, babe.
Yes, definitely good to see you. Okay, so this one, they're all beautiful girls. Patricia said it's so sad. They're all such beautiful girls, and they are, and men. And I tried to pick stories of people of all races and, you know, ages and that kind of thing, just because I'm not one to point. I don't like making everything about race. I don't think that helps us. And sometimes I feel that we can do that too much. However, you got to be blind if you can't see that there are certain people that get left out a lot. And that's the truth. The one that like, then they have that one girl that, what was her name, that faked her kidnapping or whatever.
Oh,
and she got all
the one that I covered. Well, a lot of people covered, let's be honest.
Yeah, but you did cover it. I didn't cover it. What was her, Carly something?
Yes.
I can't remember. So yeah, there are people who get left out, and I want to make sure to.
Yes. Carly Russell, Crumbs has it.
Yes, that's it. I'm going to draw Alex a little picture. She'll play the Sherlock Holmes movie trailer when she's done. My artist featured. It's coming out next year. What? How freaking cool is that? Oh, I'll play it, but can you tell me where to get it? And then I had a background on, so I had Scott on one night and I had a background of this picture he drew. He's very talented. Matter of fact, if one of the mods could click on his name and share his channel, I know you're not doing anything there, but still, it hurt my heart to take it off my backgrounds. I never used it again because I didn't want to take his art and just use it for my lives, but it was so good. It was like a picture of a girl on a swing, but yeah, his art is very, very good.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, man accused of killing his wife during camping trip and leaving her body in trailer. Officials recently arrested a Missouri man on suspicion of killing his wife in rural Kansas and then driving her body across state lines in a camper trailer before reporting her death. On June 13th at approximately 11:35 a.m., officers with the Carthage Police Department responded to a report of a deceased individual inside a camper trailer on North Main Street. Authorities identified the victim as 24-year-old Kenya Lopez and ruled her death a homicide. The Miami County Sheriff's Office alleges 23-year-old Gavino McJunkins Macias killed Lopez in rural Kansas and then drove her body in a camper to Missouri. KAKE TV identified him as her husband and reports the slaying occurred during a camping trip. In a report obtained by Kansas City Star, a Carthage police detective wrote that McJunkins Macias allegedly, I know I'm not saying that right, so I do apologize but it's the perpetrator's name, but I still want to get it right. Allegedly committed a violent murder. Macias?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
You're
McJunkins Macias allegedly committed a violent murder and left the decedent unattended while he spoke with family and an attorney. Police found McJunkins Macias at the scene and took him in for questioning. The suspect reportedly told authorities he drove his wife's body and left her remains in the camper to meet with family and conduct business. According to the Kansas City Star, surveillance footage revealed a truck carrying the camper on June 13th at around 8 a.m. and then leaving without it 25 minutes later. Officials initially charged him with abandonment of a corpse and later added a count of second-degree murder. He remains in jail on a $1 million bond, and she leaves behind 2 children.
Oh.
This is sad. I want to follow it closer, but yeah, so he kills her, then just leaves the trailer somewhere and drives to meet with his family and meet with an attorney, and then calls her death in and reports it.
Wow.
People are just disgusting.
They really are.
Here's the police release. What were you going to say?
Remember how we were talking about that press conference that happened with Rex Heuermann's daughter? And
yes.
we were our jaws were on the floor about what they were saying. Okay.
Yes.
So Law and Crime just put up a video 2 hours ago, and y'all, this is what it reads. Daughter of suspected Gilgo Beach killer linked to cannibalism and murder, attorney wildly claims. Now, okay. I was thinking about this. Been pondering this all this time. Remember, because Allie and I were messaging while this was going on, and we could not, in the moment, figure out, why would he say the things that he's saying? Why would he make these allegations? Well, it kind of just clicked. What if there's 2 things? What if he actually is believing the dots that he thinks he and his team have connected? That's one, right? But the second possibility is, because some of that stuff that came out wasn't actually about her. It was, art that she had either shared or liked or whatever, right? So what if he does it because he's waiting for Rex Heuermann's daughter to serve him with a defamation lawsuit? Because what happens when you are served in a civil case? What happens? What's the first thing that happens? If they decide that you have, go ahead.
She has to prove it's a lie, right?
Well, first there, it would be the idea would be to depose her. Okay, there's a
Right.
lot of steps to this. First of all, it would have to be filed. Second of all, you can file a lawsuit against anybody. It doesn't mean that it will be accepted. So the second step would be to get it accepted, right? Then the third step moving forward is everybody gets deposed.
Right.
You know?
So then you get to the truth of the matter, right? And that's
correct.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought you were getting at. Like, then that's very interesting. Maybe he is trying to get that. I mean, that what they did was bold. And like Jen said, we were talking during this, and I was actually watching it on News Nation. I had seen that WFLA was streaming it. Excuse me, but I was lazy. And like the first one that I came to when I went to watch it was News Nation. So I just clicked that one. And right in the middle, like actually not in the middle, it was in the beginning still, like 10 minutes in, they cut the stream and they put a please hold or some message on the stream. Then they completely deleted the video. So Jen and I were like, wow, that's kind of interesting. It's like, and you know, they didn't want to have these claims on their channel.
Right.
I don't know.
Now, because I'm faithful to JB, if I see WFLA is covering it and JB is going to cover it, I watch. So I was already watching WFLA when Allie messaged me and she's like, Jen, are you watching on WFLA? And I was like, yeah. And she said, News Nation cut the stream. I said, what? She said, yes. I said, oh, yeah.
Yes. It's pretty much exactly how it went down.
I said, what? She said, yes. I said, oh.
Then I went back later and I was like, it's gone. It's totally gone. Hey, Trulia.
And then I said, oh, they must not want to be caught up in some kind of lawsuit. They don't want that evil put on them, Ricky Bobby.
Exactly. Little red, let's shop. I like the white shoulder outfit. Well, this is just a hangout laid back. No, I'm just kidding. We won't shop.
Now, which white off the shoulder outfit is she talking about? I don't see a white off the shoulder outfit.
Is it this one with the both shoulders? I think that's pretty.
The Wrongful?
I wouldn't wear it, but I do think it's pretty. It wouldn't look good on me. I never look good in like one piece outfits like that. I have one that I like, but I have to wear a shirt over it, so you can't even really tell that it's one piece. So
I think I can wear a one piece romper. It just depends on. It can't. Some of the cuts I can't wear because my torso is long, and so sometimes it doesn't.
Yes,
and I don't have hips. And so sometimes it doesn't sit correctly on me, but most jumpers I can wear.
That would look pretty on you, Lil Red. She's little tiny. I'm the same as you. And I have the long torso and it just looks funky on me.
The only thing about rompers that I don't like, and well, maybe just for me, I have some that are super cute. Like I have one that's like a tank toppy kind of and tube toppy kind. And it's like seersucker. It's white and blue. It's super cute, but it's a going out outfit. Okay. First of all, I'm clumsy AF. I will trip over air. Now, if I'm going out and I'm drinking, now you know damn right well when you wear a romper out, a one piece, you got to take the whole thing off to go potty. So there you are in the bar with your boobies out and everything. It's not a good look. Yes. I don't know if I can do it anymore. When I was younger, I wouldn't care. But now I'm like, I don't know. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. I even had one on Emmy the other day. And when she took it off, she like accidentally took off her little, underneath shirt thing, training thing. I'm not even going to go there right now.
We know what you mean. One of her layers.
Yes. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, Aunt Allie!" Like she's like, "It's just so hard to pee in this," and I'm like, "I know, sorry." It's so cute on you.
Romper. They're so cute on They're so cute. And I have one that's PJs, and I love it. I'll have to show it to you, Allie. But every time I wear it and I go to the bathroom, Mac comes into the bathroom with me anyway because I'm vulnerable, and so he's protecting me. But I'm going to tell y'all, he gives me the most fucked off looks when I'm sitting on the potty with the and I'm not all together. Everything's everywhere. You know what I mean? And he looks at me like he's like, "Mom's at it again." I don't know what that she's doing, but she's at it again.
She's at it again. If only we really could hear them talk, all of our pets. I just wonder what they would say. Hey, Angie. Hi-ho. Hey, Angie.
Alice would be reading every single person for filth all day, every day.
Okay, so Mayla's mom sent me this right when we were starting. And it says, father takes matters into his own hands after catching rideshare driver assaulting his daughter. So, oh my God, authorities in Washington state are investigating a shooting Saturday night after they said a father caught a rideshare driver allegedly sexually assaulting his daughter while she was highly intoxicated. Early Saturday morning, Thurston County Sheriff's deputies responded to reports of a weapons violation in Nisqually Valley. A deputy stopped a vehicle that was attempting to flee the scene and noticed the driver was injured. During their investigation, deputies also located 2 shell casings in the vicinity of the scene. Detectives determined the driver who was trying to leave the scene was a rideshare driver who had provided transportation to a highly intoxicated female. According to officials, the father of the woman discovered his daughter allegedly being sexually assaulted by the driver at a well-known fishing spot. Police said at some point during the altercation, shots were fired. The driver was transported to a local hospital and treated for their injuries. Well, they're lucky they survived. And you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm with Dad. Your daughter, Jen, you have girls, and you know what? I have a boy, and it can happen to them too. But think about that. Your child is intoxicated and does the right thing. They're not driving. They're not riding with drunk friends. They call an Uber. And the Uber driver notices that they're fucked up and takes them somewhere and takes advantage of them. I don't blame Dad. I couldn't. I mean, it sucks because you have to pay the price when you commit a crime. But if I catch someone assaulting my kids, I'm liable to do the same damn thing or worse.
Yeah, I don't see a jury convicting him. I'll tell you this right now. They would never find the person that hurt my kids. Ever. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yep. I don't blame. I know exactly. Yeah, I'm with you, Jen. But yeah, go Dad. I'm sorry, but that pisses me off though. Mm-hmm. You have a young girl who's trying to just make it home safely, and some piece of shit Uber driver or whatever the hell, rideshare driver. Oh my God, says I used to live in Thurston County. My son is there now with dad and grandparents.
I mean,
well, I only have one more. I thought this would be interesting to share with you. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, but it's just sad, that this is what we teach our kids, right? Don't drink and drive. Call a cab, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call whatever, get a ride. Don't drive yourself drunk and don't get into a vehicle with somebody who's been drinking, right? We tell our kids that. And yet, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. It's freaking sad. I hope that guy I just hope he gets in so much trouble. And I wish that there was a way to better vet the people who are driving those vehicles. That's pretty scary to think about.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So, Scott, I want to pull that up for you. I wanted to show this one to Jen too, just because I thought you might find this interesting. So, woman's conviction for 1980 murder is overturned and judge believes cops did it.
What?
So, Sandra Him has spent, I hope this doesn't try to play on me. Sandra Him has spent more of her life behind bars than outside of them. This is her. right here. This is at the time of the murder, and then this is her on the left. So a circuit court judge in Missouri now says the woman who suffers from mental illness should have never been incarcerated, and that a now deceased local police officer was never properly investigated and should have likely instead been charged with the killing. The judge overturned her capital murder conviction on Friday, June 14th, calling the 64-year-old woman who has spent the last 43 years in prison the victim of a manifest injustice. It would be difficult to imagine that the state could prove Miss Him's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, the judge wrote in his decision, adding that he found her innocence to be clear and convincing. If exonerated, Him would be the longest-serving woman known to be wrongfully convicted in U.S. history. Jane Putcher, Him's Innocence Project lawyer, tells People, there was no motive for her to kill Patricia Jeschke, a St. Joseph, Missouri librarian. This is not funny at all. I just never can say the names right, and I'm so sorry.
I think you.
But there was no motive.
Jeschke.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There was no motive for her to kill Patricia, who was a librarian, according to the judge. There were no witnesses claiming she was at the scene of the crime. There was no forensic evidence tying her to the murder per the 118-page order, which went on to say, in fact, everything that was forensically tested excluded her. The only thing prosecutors had when they convinced the jury of her guilt was the woman's confession, which her lawyers have called in court documents wildly contradictory, uncorroborated, and factually impossible. Investigators' intensive questioning began at the state hospital, where she was so heavily medicated that she was unable to even hold her head up and was restrained and strapped to a chair, according to the Innocence Project. The judge ruled last week that her inconsistent, disproven confession made while she was in psychiatric crisis and physical pain is the only evidence linking her to the crime.
Oh.
And that's it.
Wow.
That is so sad and unbelievable. That I don't know. I don't know why I thought you would find that interesting.
I do find it very interesting, and I actually makes me want to go look up her case. And do a little something on it, because I believe in our justice system in the United States. Is it a perfect system? No, because it's run by human beings who are in fact extremely fallible. Okay, we're all flawed. So to me, having a judge write this kind of decision
order, I guess.
Yeah. But why he decided what he decided. So when they write out their decision, and to hear that everything that forensically was tested was exculpatory, meaning it pointed away from her, didn't include her, and that she's not been really, I'm not a fan of people being released from prison because of a technicality without there being actual innocence. It's
right.
And somebody who has an actual innocence claim that has sat in prison for 43 years, I cannot even imagine. And it breaks my heart that it takes us so long as a system to right those wrongs, because the burden of proof shifts in the appeals process to the defendant, and it is very difficult. Yes, it is very difficult to get convictions overturned. It is no small task, no small feat, and it takes an incredible amount of time.
Well, I mean, it just another thing, the false confessions. It just makes me wonder about okay. For instance, Chad Doerman, we know that he confessed. His confession is not going to be in the trial, though, but there is so much other evidence that also points to him. You know what I mean? There were eyewitnesses. There was video. He was sitting there with his gun when they got there, but there was just all this other physical evidence. how do you, like, I'm sorry, but with just a confession of a mentally ill person, a mentally ill woman who was interviewed at the state hospital, so medicated, she was like strapped to a chair. That's freaking sad. I'm
It
so
is
sorry.
sad.
That is so sad. Mm,
It breaks my heart that, and I mean, to be fair, this case and conviction happened in the 80s. We know a lot more now, and we're doing a lot better now as far as
right,
recognizing false confessions. In the 80s, not so much, not even in the 90s.
right.
But they do happen. They do happen. It's sad. Bless her heart. I'm glad it was
And
overturned.
we're doing a lot better with mental illness. There's still a huge
Hmm.
stigma surrounding it, but Angie says, Bendy and Alex, I wonder if you've heard of the Michael Valva case. I haven't. Angie, have you, Jen?
I don't, not off the top of my head. Hold on, and let me hit up the Googles. Sometimes there's cases I've heard of, but I don't remember them by their name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, me too, because I've fallen asleep to Forensic Files 11 times. And sometimes I might wake up and not pay attention to the names, but know the story from watching Forensic Files or something like that. Did you see what they did to Brendan Dassey? That was disgusting. So isn't that Making a Murder? I don't know that, Harlot. I never watched anything about that, so I don't even really know. I know his name, and what's the other guy's name?
Um,
He's got H.
what is his name?
You. Oh my God, I don't know,
I
but
can see
any other.
Stephen Avery. Stephen
Yes,
Avery.
that's it. Um, I have never actually looked at that, Harlot. We should talk about it, Little Red. I don't know anything about it. I'd have to do some research. Scott says that I guess the Volva was the police officer and his wife in Long Island who killed his autistic son, and the other barely survived.
Oh wow.
Mm. Well, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to, Harlot, I should look into it, and we could do like a hangout live like this going over it. Like, I
Absolutely.
loved
That
this.
I will say this. Let me warn you though, Allie. Stephen Avery, it's mainly Stephen Avery. It's not so much Brendan Dassey, but people believe very strongly. There's not really any fence sitting. They believe one way or the other, and they believe it very, very strongly and very fervently. So I'm just letting you know.
I have actually, I think I was watching like maybe Life Perplexed. Does she like come from that? I think that case.
I think
Oh,
so.
Criminality did a video on it. Yeah, she came from that case, and I've heard her, I think, talk about it. And the way, what I remember her saying is like what you said. It's very, you either believe one way or the other, and not a lot of in between. And people are very
Yeah.
passionate about it. Debbie, I wonder if she has family too. I sure hope so. But I don't know. She's pretty old, so.
Wow.
A lady just got released in Australia for killing her 4 kids after 20 years of jail. Her kids, thanks to science, had defects to chromosomes. Wow, and they weren't killed. Mm.
Wow.
Okay, Scotty, what's the name of that again that I'm supposed to look up? Night, Mayla's mom. We're about to go to. I got to tell you, though, I enjoyed this so much. Like, I always like true crime news because I like to talk about the things that people aren't really seeing or aren't, like, even I'm not seeing unless I go looking for it for the true crime news shows sometimes. You know what I mean? There's
Yes.
like this, for instance. So, yeah, and I just enjoyed you being here so much for it. I've never had somebody on with me for it, and I loved it. So thank you.
I did too. I had a blast.
passed-
I always love doing these chill chat lives with you. With any, these are easier to me. I like these.
Yeah.
I enjoy these.
Thank you. I do too. And we need to I appreciate you, Angie. I need to edit us some more calls to go over while we're waiting on the rest. And video visits. I would love to see some more of those too.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, Scotty, where do you remember where he told me to look? Some trailer for something.
Oh,
Shit.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I think you're right. Okay, Instagram. I'll go to Instagram. The
Scott,
Sherlock Holmes.
get back here. We need help.
Yeah, are you gone? Like, really? At this point, then? I think you're right, though. Man, yeah, that case, that's just so sad. I wonder where she'll go. Like,
I
will
wonder
they
what will
overrun?
happen to her. I wonder, she's been there for 43 years, and I wonder how she will do on the outside. I hope she
Oh,
has a very strong support system because she's going to need it.
yeah, you ain't lying.
Did
And
he
she has
leave?
mental illness, and she's been there that long. I think he did, but let me say thank you to Angie. Thank you so much. That is very sweet. Thank you again. And Lace Lemons, thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great night. I think he did leave, but we're still going to look at it.
Okay, you know what?
Maybe
You found it?
No, but it's loading, I think.
Okay.
If it's,
Oh,
haven't found it yet.
boy. How can he just leave us unsupervised like this? Is he new?
Unsupervised. Have you been watching Karen Reed at all? No, thank you, Angie. I appreciate you.
A little
Sorry,
bit.
can I ask you a question?
Heard that there's so much shenanigans going on now with cross-examining and potential perjury and
Yeah. Well, I also just watched a little bit too. I don't know. The Sherlock Holmes trailer is like 15 years old that I found. I don't think that's it. Scott.
Sherlock Holmes. I remember. Let me see.
Here's.
I went all the way to the top of the StreamYard. Hold on. Let me see if I can find what he said.
Okay. Well, we wanted to look at that. Oh, there you are. Gee whiz. That poor guy.
We need help.
Which one? Oh my God. So I watched a little bit this morning when I think it was the state trooper, the accident reconstruction, but I need to go back and I only watched a few minutes. We were all over the place with our haircuts and all that stuff. All right, let's see. What's it called again, Scott? We want to look, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
That trial, there was a hot
saying Sherlock.
Did you hear about the hot mic moment during the trial?
No, tell me.
Sherlock Holmes made up the night. 6-time. I'm sorry, Scott. That I believe it was. I didn't see it. I only have heard about it. But the accident reconstruction guy. I bet you we could look it up on Twitter. Let me get this thing and I'll look for it real quick before we. But he said something like "kill me" or something on the stand. You guys know if I'm wrong. Under his breath. Sherlock Holmes, Mayor of the Night.
Scott told us 6 times what we're supposed to be looking up. Oh, yikes on bikes.
I know. I couldn't find it. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not fit.
2 months ago. Got it.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure they might give me a copyright claim. Well, actually, it's called I don't care if they do. We'll watch it anyways. But CJ Goodwin, maybe they won't give me a copyright claim. I don't think they do this. I'm going to mute it so we can talk as it goes. Wait, which one is your art anyways?
This. I bet go back. I bet we just saw it.
That's pretty cool.
Right there. Is this what you did, Scott? Now, you knew there was going to be follow-ups. Get back here, Scott.
He won't.
Okay.
Huh?
Give you a copyright.
Oh, okay. Trying to draw a picture of you is going to be like pulling teeth. You don't have to draw me a picture. It's okay. You could just let me use that swing set picture sometimes on my background or something. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
He said, all of it is his work. Just play it. Well, yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Well, he's very talented. Look at that one.
Very
That one's really
talented.
cool. I love that. That's so cool.
I love
That's
it.
very exciting. Ooh.
Oh,
Wait, I like that one.
me too.
Yeah, that was cool, but creepy. Okay. I've never watched Sherlock Holmes. Like, what is it, Jen? Is it like true crime? A detective or something? Isn't that what it is?
I'm leaving. I'm quitting the internet. Allie, we have got to get you right with the movies.
Sorry.
We really do, babe. We have really got to get you right with movies.
Oh, that's
Sherlock
freaky.
Holmes
Okay, what
is
is
a detective. It's a detective. He's a detective from way back in the day who had a propensity for, was it opium?
Oh God, this looks creepy. I think I would like this.
Yeah,
I love
you will
creepy.
like this.
That's super cool. I'm going to share the link in the chat. I'm so proud of you. That's really freaking awesome, man. Very cool.
I
So
loved
people
it.
can watch again.
I'm going to look at
I
it
loved
right
it
now
too.
and finally figure out. Let me see.
Allie, walk the plank. Okay.
Now, listen, that escalated very, very quickly. Now, I feel like Allie can be redeemed. I think the best thing to do is just get her right with with movies. You know,
I gotta find the time, man. But I'm sure I could waste some time doing it, lay around and not do what I need to do because there's so many shows I want to watch. I haven't finished Dead to Me. Oh, have you ever watched Big Little Lies on HBO
girl,
with Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman?
Yes, they're finally going to do the
Yes.
third season. I heard.
Yes, I am so excited for that. I love psychological crime thrillers. I will love that. But yeah, I want to watch that. I need to watch Dead to Me. You is going to be out soon, I'm sure. The new one, the last season, the final, and I still have to finish half of the last one. I'm going to grab a creamsicle and hide under the covers. Ooh, bee crumbs. I listened to the book and watched this show. I can't wait either of you guys. Ah! Oh my God, I'm so sorry to scream in the mic. Holy
You
shit.
didn't. You barely screamed.
Okay.
What
oh
happened?
my God,
You
it
all
was
right?
a baby bunny.
Oh,
It was a baby.
that little baby bunny
But
that's
that
been
damn
following
coyote.
you?
Yes. It's like, I think it's getting tamed to people because it just ran straight up here where I'm sitting. But I thought it was like, remember that coyote I saw?
Yes.
Holy
yes.
shit, man. Whew. Okay.
You all right?
Yeah,
Poor
I'm
little-
okay.
Probably
Yeah, the
scared the
bunny's
shit
like,
out of
"Ah!"
poor little bunny Foo-Foo. You know, he's probably like, man, I just came to say hi, but geez.
I'll be coming in person to a city near you. It'll be coming in person to a city near you February to May. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Ooh.
Yeah. It is a bunny, Kate, a rabbit. Yes. I should post a picture. It's very cute. It's like living in my bushes. All right. We're going to look on Twitter for this hot mic and then I'll let you go.
Allie out here scaring little bunny Foo-Foo. Y'all clip that.
I'm glad it wasn't that loud because I was like turned around and looked behind me when I screamed. So maybe
No, it was very quiet. It was. This is how you did. I mean, you sounded like you got scared, like surprise scared. But this is how loud it was. Ah! Like SpongeBob screamed louder when Sandy was chasing him.
Good, because I could have went right, but turned around like really fast looking.
It was super.
Okay.
It was super quiet and quick.
Awesome. Oh, here we go. Oh my God. I opened Twitter and the very first thing, this is just crazy. Look at this. Yes, a random wild bunny, Kate, that's living in my bushes. I think there's actually more than one, but there's, because we've seen two at one time, but I don't know for sure that both are in my bushes. I just know the one is. The very first thing on Twitter, Trooper Nicholas Guarino caught on a hot mic saying, kill me, under his breath, because he knows what a farce this trial is, this person says. I cannot believe that that's the first thing that popped up. It was so meant to be. You ready to hear it?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
What you observed in this keeps.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. Kate, I'm going to take some pictures for you. What does that mean? What do you make
I guess
of
it's unprofessional for sure. He doesn't want to be there. Is he on direct or cross when he says this?
I'm not sure, you guys. I think it sounded like Lally. Let me replay it. Hold on.
As well.
Yes, I did.
Material that you reviewed from the defendant's phone, is that consistent with
Yes.
what you observed in this
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. I mean, he must testify all the time. So what is the issue?
I don't know. I can't believe. I mean, y'all.
Oh my God.
So I have a question. Are you only allowed to drink water in a courtroom? Because every time anybody brings in their own drink, it's always freaking water. You can't have a Snapple or a Pepsi?
I bet you, because in case you spill it, I bet you they won't let you. Now that you say that, I've never thought about that before, but
Hey, listen now. Okay, let me say this. Now, water probably won't stain, right? But look at all the electronics they got running around all over the place. If you spill the water, you
That's
won't leave a stain, but you'll.
you may shock the judge. Judge
You may
Beth
shock the
will.
shit out of Judge Beth. Listen, I wherever judge in my courtroom, you could bring the beverage of your choice as long as it's not alcoholic.
It's funny. Well, yeah,
You know what
I'd rather
I was
have
just
something.
thinking of? Sorry, I totally.
Oh,
just,
there he was reading the text. No, go ahead. Tell me.
The
What were you thinking
whole-
of? But by the way, he was reading the text.
I was thinking of,
Okay,
do they still make pink lemonade Snapple? And if so, where might I find it?
I've actually never seen a pink lemonade Snapple.
Oh, pink
I never
lemonade
had one.
Snapple is the absolute bee's knees, and it
Oh,
goes
yeah.
delicious with vodka. Also by itself, though. It's either way. It's very versatile.
It sounds freaking delicious. I love pink lemonade and Snapple. I love their Snapple apple, the fruit punch. Oh, I bet you that was bomb.
Oh, it's delicious.
Do we think the jury heard him? Well, he was on. I mean, let's play it one more time, and then I'll let you guys go. Bandy, you were on fire tonight. Scott says Jen sounds like Berolino. I don't know who that is, though. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm sure you probably know. Do you?
I don't know. I don't know who I know who Bertolino is. I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know.
Oh my, y'all! They have it at the Walmarts.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Dang
Let me
it.
see if I can get it. This is very exciting.
Have you
for
guys
me,
ever
you
had
guys.
Have you ever had the Calypso lemonade in the glass bottles?
No.
Oh
my-
OMG. Oh my God. So I first had one at the beach like 2 weeks ago, and I got kiwi lemonade. And it's all
Oh.
lemonades, different flavors, or sweet teas mixed with flavors. But they have kiwi lemonade, blueberry, like blueberry with blue raspberry lemonade, fruit punch lemonade, tropical punch lemonade, strawberry lemonade, cherry lemonade. Like they have every flavor. And one glass bottle, it probably has, I think it has like 60 grams of sugar. They are so sweet, but oh my God, they are so good. Oh, bee crumbs. Trenton loves the blue one. I got him one. They're so good. You got to try one, Jen.
Okay.
Got to try them.
I need to
Okay,
Bertolino. I need to remember who Steve Bertolino is, because I'm not exactly sure if that was an insult to me. Oh my God. Stephen Bertolino from
They are
Brian
good.
Laundrie. He's the laundry's attorney.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But I'm
gee.
not going to take that as an insult, because he did say a lot of times he didn't know.
Yeah.
So
Sugary Drink Club Unite. Bee crumbs. I'm there all day.
hells yeah.
I want to order some. I
I'm
have a
getting these-
4-pack of them in my cart on
Let me
Amazon.
tell you, the first thing I'm going to do, I got some bills to pay, some paybacks to do. But after that, after I'm an adult, I'm going to just a little bit adult, even more. And the first thing I'm buying just for me is some pink lemonade motherfucking Snapple from Walmart. I'm so excited that they have that.
Sorry. The way you said that just okay, are you ready? I'm gonna play this
Yes.
one more time just to hear it. Okay. I cannot believe this.
I can't believe he did this
What- so
either,
what-
bruh. What are you thinking? You're mic'd to hell. Look, I mean, you've got this big old mic in front of you. The judge has a mic. The camera has. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah. And why? What are you saying? I'm sure you've testified hundreds of times. This should be nothing to you. Is it reading the text? Is it all the, like, maybe the cameras and all the like circus around this case? Like, why are you saying, oh, kill me? And just so boldly right on the witness stand, like there are cameras in your face. So I don't know.
Right. It may be because he doesn't want to answer the questions about the text, or he doesn't want to read the text. I don't know. But let me just give you a little bit of advice, sir. There was a gentleman in the Gypsy in Nicholas Godejohn's trial who had to, in open court, in front of all of the court and all of the internet, because it was streamed, read Gypsy and Nick's texts, one of which contained the words, "You make my girly parts tingle." And if he can do it without complaint, so can you.
Yeah, suck it up, Buttercup. You'll be all right. All right, let's see. I never heard it. It was so low. Oh, Kathy, do you hear it now?
I wonder
play
if
it
the
again.
jury heard it.
Well,
Yes, I did.
I wonder too. Because on this, it seems so loud and clear. But maybe it's been turned up some, or
Enhanced.
Yes, I did.
material that you reviewed from the defendant's phone, is that consistent with what you observed in Mr. O'Keefe's?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, if I could request certain portions of what's been marked as Exhibit 48 being as well.
Yes, I did.
Material that you reviewed from the defendant's phone, is that consistent with what you observed?
material you reviewed from the defendant's phone. Okay. Wow. Yeah, do you hear it now, Kathy? Or the woman who had to read Chad and Lori's? Oh, God almighty.
Yes. Yes. There you go. Excellent point, Teacup. So I don't know what your beef is, sir.
Yeah. What's the problem?
But button up, bruh.
Maybe he's...
Do your job.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but all of these cops, I'm going to let y'all go. I won't say goodbye for 120 minutes or whatever, for 120 minutes.
We've been on
Won't
for
say goodbye
150
forever.
We've been on for an hour and 50 minutes. If you say
Oh, God, my brain. working anymore. The
Yeah,
delay is so funny too.
My brain stopped working like 3 days ago. I'm not even gonna front. My brain's like,
That's all right.
bye, bitch.
You're still doing pretty good, I think. So I don't know.
I'm uncovering it well. I can fake smart real good.
Now I want to go watch all of this though. And yeah, I promise I won't say goodbye forever. But I love this. Thank you for coming on with me. And I want to do it again sometime. And don't forget, Jen is covering the case out of Florida, which let me grab that headline just so I can read it because I don't even know. But like I can't even explain what it is. Hold on. That I sent you. Can you give us just like a brief description of who was killed and what happened?
So police this is in Hudson, Florida, which is in Pasco County. Police get a phone call. It started out as a missing persons case because somebody called to report that this guy, Rory Atwood, had told somebody else that he had shot someone. And so when police initially went out to investigate, he cooperated. He allowed law enforcement to search around his property, and they didn't find the victims at first. But it is a woman, a man, and 2 children. Her 2 children, I believe it's Rain's 2 children, that initially were missing. Then they found remains on the property when they went back and did a more deep search, a better search, intense search, and now he has been arrested and charged with homicide. So that's what's
I
going
can't believe
on.
he let them on the property to search at first. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Twice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Scott says say later and not goodbye. And then Abellis, I'm so happy to see you. And hopefully tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. Yeah. But Jen, I can't wait to see you talk about that. I'm very interested. So the headline that it says, Florida man accused of killing missing couple and 2 children admits he burned bodies in fire pits.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
it.
Okay. Yeah. So Jen she's not far from that. And she's going to be doing a timeline and a detailed live. When can we look forward to that?
I'll do it tomorrow.
I'm excited.
I'll do it tomorrow. I need to quit. You know me and my fucking around. I need to quit doing that and just get on it. But
yes,
today,
tomorrow,
in my
it's happening tomorrow.
In my defense, I was a busy girl today. I did the researching today, but I also cleaned the whole house and did all the laundry. So I wasn't like I was just, as Letitia says, sitting. No, Sarah Boone, sitting in jail eating bonbons. I wasn't doing that.
Well, I think it's good that you're actually trying to do your research and know what you're talking about. I appreciate that, and I can't wait for that. I really can't. And Abellis, you're the best. You guys are all the best, and thank you for being here and supporting me and hanging out and joining the conversation and just being so good to me and us. And yeah, I appreciate you guys a lot. I really do. And Jen, I appreciate you a lot too. And my mods, I love you guys, all you guys. Yeah, thank you for being here. And I guess I'll let you guys go. And I hope you have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow for something. And I do have something.
Okay.
Oh, there's I set an alarm to remind me to put clothes in the dryer. So for midnight, because I thought we would be off. All right, you guys. Do what?
We're almost done.
Oh. My speaker gets something funky when you said that. It took me a second to register what exactly you said. I'm sorry. And we are really saying goodbye this time. All right, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.